right, second graders, we're going to continue our look at India. One of the festivals that is celebrated in India is called Diwali. Now, Diwali is their biggest, probably most important holiday of the year. The festival gets its name from a row, a volley, of clay lamps, or deepa, that Indians light outside their homes to symbolize the inner light that protects them from spiritual darkness. This is one of their religious celebrations that occurs in usually October, November, okay? And so we're going to kind of look at that culture and make a very similar Diwali lamp like this, okay? We're going to decorate it. This one's painted, but we're actually going to glaze ours with glaze once we're done. All right, your first step is you're going to get a ball of clay like this. Now, as I tell at the beginning of every class when we have clay, it is important to wedge the clay. You're going to basically push the clay against the surface and just turn. Push and turn, push and turn. Now the purpose of wedging the clay is to make it more of a consistent ball of clay, eliminating any air pockets that have developed in there. Air pockets are a problem. They get trapped in the clay, and then when it's fired at the high temperatures, they want to escape. So if there's air bubbles in there and they can't escape, they'll blow themselves out. So we don't really want that. So wedge the clay. Just turn and push, turn and push, and create that wad of clay. All right, next, your next step is going to roll it into a ball. Sometimes that requires rolling it around on the table between your hands, and then even patting it. There's areas that maybe are sticking out and you don't want them there. You just pat it until you get it to the shape that you want, putting it in your hands, that kind of thing. All right. So now we have a nice ball to work with. Now we're going to make a pinch pot from this ball of clay. So pinch and turn, pinch and turn. Keep pinching, turning, pinching, turning until you've got a nice looking bowl. Now, I do want to caution you. Sometimes I have students that continue to pinch and turn, almost to the point of, I don't know, they just kind of go crazy. They like working with clay and they keep pinching, keep turning, keep pinching, turning, and now they don't have a bowl at all. They've got something that kind of flops down like that. This is not really what we want to do. And then they kind of do this, and then it doesn't quite turn out like they want. All right, we don't want that. So what's nice about clay is if you've messed up a little bit, you can wad it back up again and create this next, start over again. All right, so wad it back up into a ball, form that ball, pinch out the center, pinch, turn, probably just, 5 times. All right, now, keep your walls about the size of your fingers, okay? Maybe even a little bit larger than that. And now your job is to just kind of smooth out any little areas that need smoothed out. You've got some tools at your table there. You should have a tray of tools and a sponge. Now, in order to flatten the bottom here, you just tap it just a little bit on the surface. And then if you want to even out the edges around the rim, just tap that a little bit, and then that kind of smooths that out. Now, go around gently pinching. Don't pinch so that you thin the walls, but just kind of shape and smooth out like you need to there. Now, we've got a few tools that we can work with, and this is one of them. It's a rib. And you can use this rib to kind of smooth out the walls and to kind of make them nice and smooth. You can also use some of these tools that have, here's another rib that you can use. Also got some tools like this that you can use to smooth out. Your thumbs might be your best friend there, and you can just smooth out using your thumbs. Sponge also will help you smooth out and make some nice smoothed out walls. Now, next thing that you can do is create the little spout on the wax candle holder, okay? So I'm creating that. I'm just going to take one end and just kind of pull it out and pinch it out like that. Now, this is optional. Your Diwali lamp does not necessarily have to have this spout. It's just kind of a nice little feature to have. And then your next step is to use some of your tools. Now I've got things like this. I've got some popsicle sticks in here. I've got some other clay tools like this, and I think I even have some with a little bit of texture on it like this one. Now you can create some designs. Okay, use your popsicle stick and press in some different designs along the edge. And you are welcome to add something here if you'd like. You can also save the bottom for your name, but you can also decide you want to carve in some interesting designs along the sides. Your very last step is just to finish out, smooth any areas that need to be smoothed, keep the bottom open, and then raise your hand, and Mrs. Davidson will come around and put your name, your initials, your 3 initials here, and your class. So if it's 2F or 2N, we'll put your name right there and your class name. Now, these are going to dry out for about a week, and then I'll fire them in the kiln. Okay? Then after they've been fired, they're going to look something like this one. It's a white and hard. And we'll that'll be all ready for us to glaze it. And when it's time to glaze, we'll get these all out and we'll paint them the glaze colors and finish them out. Okay? All right. At this point, once you're all done, we're gonna have me put your name on it, and then you can put all your tools in the center in the trays, and your cloth will go back up at the table. And then once this video ends and you have any questions, you can ask any further questions from there, and then we'll get started.